I, Twon, and welcome back to the story series. I nearly got tongue-tied there, but I'm keeping it in. You need to see what I'm like. But anyway, I've been procrastinating, as you know from previous videos, but I finally went back to work on what I'm going to call this chapter 2 of story time. So I hope you enjoy. There's going to be a lot of montages because I did a lot of work and I want this video to be quite short. So I hope you enjoy as I talk over and or listen to music well throughout this video. But if you do like it, please click the like button. It'll help me out a lot. And please subscribe. My goal is to get to 100 because I think it will never happen. So prove me wrong. Now the first thing I wanted to do was plan a few of the buildings, and I quite like that big sinkhole I left, so I made an abandoned building that was broken in half just for funsies, and for what I started to do was work on the farm. And I drew a lot of inspiration from where I grew up on, because I grew up on a farm in New Zealand, and so like the side slope shed and a barn, although technically I didn't have a barn growing up, I had a shed, but same thing, just derived inspiration from there for this farm. I'm going to be honest, I'm still terrified of the style I'm trying to go for, so it was quite hard to edit this video because I kept going and checking every single thing I did. Just the planning stage alone was terrifying, so after planning it, I fell asleep and came back the next day, just with fresh eyes to see if I still liked it. Still getting inspiration from where I grew up, I decided to have a mini pond in the middle of the field, and it's not actually a pond, it's actually a puddle from flooding. I thought it would be funny to reference how the farm I grew up on flooded a lot in winter, spring. Yes, I made it look pretty because I thought just having a muddy water looked kind of boring. I might go back and make it less pretty, but that's a puddle, not a pond. And now for the fun / terrifying part was actually the buildings itself. Side note, this last song I wrote, first in Sibelius but then in Minecraft. The video I did when I discovered no blocks is linked in the comments. Going to be honest, it was a bit disheartening to look at the barn and not like it, but I felt so much better deciding to change it and to play around with different colour schemes. It made me feel so much better when I actually started to like it. The more I worked on it, the more I felt inspired and actually knew what I was doing. Although I gotta be honest, a huge shout out to the hermits. If they didn't have their world and I didn't see what they're doing, I probably wouldn't even bother to try and do my own thing. Seeing how they all get to build such amazing things and get inspired off each other, it really encourages me, and I really hope one day I could just build with them, because they just have so much fun, and it makes you want to have fun with them. So since I had the basic design what I wanted, I decided to start adding more details, and especially to the roof. The roof was boring. It was just all one side, and so it needed something more. And I think I quite like how it turned out. I'm quite pleased with it, adding different textures. I had fun with the inside of the barn, but I actually forgot to do the upstairs, so let me know what I should put there down in the comments. Now I'm going to be dead honest, I was super excited for that side sloping shed, because I based it off a shed that I grew up in, and I did a lot of things in that shed. Would stack big giant bales of hay or straw and all that in that shed, would feed the animals in that shed, and I remember once, I can't remember how old I was, but I spent maybe a week sitting in that shed with a little net trying to catch a kitten. It's a long story, I could tell you about it later, but I was just super excited about this shed, and I really worked hard to make sure it looked right. I wish I could have used like metal for the roof, but It's quite hard to replicate metal in Minecraft, so I just use the exact same roof as the barn. So they'd be like same, built at the same time and built for the same purpose for the same person. Now I don't know if you've ever had to grab straw or hay before, but it goes everywhere when you try and grab a handful. So that's why there's hay on the floor. I would have made it to go outside, but I thought it would be a bit too much if I made it lead outside of it too. As we work on the roof, I remembered that it was my sister Bethany who gave me the idea of this roof, and we've used this idea in previous builds, and I'm working on a video that goes over some of the previous builds I've done, just so you could see what I've done in the past, but not yet done. Not yet done, work in progress. A few finishing touches, and here we are. I do like how it turned out. I know in the future I'll probably want to upgrade it, but for now I think it's cute. Like easy storage for us to just fill that up with food or water. The barn's looking cute. I was trying to play around with a few other blocks, but once again I forgot to do up here, so let me know down in the comments what I should put in this cute little area. I think it's quite cute, but I had a lot of fun. So thank you for coming to watch the video today. Please like or subscribe. It would be amazing. Enjoy the rest of your day and sleep well. Bye bye.